it's so hard to live in the moment. You know, it's so hard to not think of the past when the past has been so great. It's so hard not to think of the pain when you're trying to love. It's so hard to be here, you know, be right here, because the thing I've come to notice is that, like, right now is all you really have.
I don't know why, but when I was a little boy, all I thought about was being 20 something, and now I'm 20 something, and I feel like I want to be a kid again, you know? And I guess this is supposed to be how it feels. Like, you know, I guess I'm supposed to feel lost in my 20s. I guess I'm supposed to fall in love and then fall out of love and then, you know, say I'll never love again and then do it all again over and over again and kind of be discovering who I truly am, you know? And I guess that's the point of your 20s. But when you're in it, you don't really realize, like, all this stuff is probably going to be a distant memory. Like, all this stuff you're probably going to laugh about in like 10 years with all your older friends. Like, man, remember when we used to cry about that girl, or we used to cry about that guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's putting in all perspectives. And like, I guess our 20s are to be lost and to have fun and discover who we are, you know, because at the end of the day, like, I'm in my 20s and I really don't know who I am. I don't really know what I want. And it's like, I can't even like lie about it. You know, I can't lie and act like I have it all together, because I really don't.
I'm just like living in these moments and creating about these moments, because it's like, that's all I could do, you know? And that's the blessing of the moment, you know? The blessing of the moment is being lost and not knowing where I'm gonna go, not knowing who I'm gonna be, and being able to create something that maybe somebody else could relate to, that makes me feel not alone. And like,
but it's something about being young that I think that sometimes we all take for granted. Like, in 10 years, we're all going to be wishing that we had this time back. So it's like, why don't you live it to the best of your ability, you know? I mean, go take that trip, go book that flight, go take that risk. Go do whatever you feel like doing, because at the end of the day, this is all going to be a distant memory, and you don't want to look back and regret it. You don't want to look back and say, man, I wished I loved harder. Man, I wish I tried to love. I wish I did things different, because that's going to probably stick with you for the rest of your life.
you know, I'm definitely searching for answers, and searching for the answers to the questions of what I want in life and all these things. And it's like, I have to be here to really realize, like, dude, the answers are right in front of you. Like, the answers will come in due time. The life will present itself in due time. That girl will be in your life in due time. Like, you're not supposed to have life all figured out, you know? You're not. Like, you're supposed to have, like, be lost. Like, you're literally supposed to be lost in this shit. Like, there's no other way to live life but be fucking lost, you know? Like, and if you're not lost, you're lying to yourself. You're living a life that isn't even true. You're not even being. You know, you're not even being, because you think you have it figured out. And it's like, no, I can confidently say I don't. I don't have life figured out. I can't have these answers. I'm not smart enough to have this life figured out. I'm not smart enough to think five days ahead of the day I'm in. You know, I'm in front of the minute that I'm in. Like, you know, so you have to realize, you know, this life is full of time, and the time that you spend is important, you know. And it's like, life isn't that serious, but it should be taken somewhat serious in the fact that these moments will pass, and you'll never get them back. And that years will pass and they'll fly by like days, and you'll grow up and you won't even realize, like, man, I really grew up and I'm 21 years old and I just felt like I was 18, and these years flew by.